What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and I want to talk about a pretty big rumor that's floating around, really just from one person, but a pretty darn reliable person. And this is something we've heard throughout the last little while, throughout the last year or two. And basically, it's the selling/licensing of WB's IP. So what we have here is Imran Khan. He knows his stuff from what I have noticed of him over the past little while. And he said couldn't get enough confirmation to actually write a post about it, but hearing a decent bit of chatter this week about Warner Bros. Discovery shopping their game development studios around. Interested parties include EA, Take-Two, Microsoft, Sony, Tencent, NetEase, and PUBG Corp. They want to sell the studios and license IPs, supposedly. So I'm going to stick to my normal script for just part of this, and that is I'm not a big fan of, studios being eaten up, right? These kind of but at the same time, this is a little bit of a different example here. So I just want to kind of throw that out there because I've just always kind of been opposed to Tencent buying everything within their site, Microsoft, Sony, etc., etc. But what we have here, and he actually was answering some people that responded to him, this is a different situation because from his understanding, it seems very likely that this new merger, what they would do instead of this, if this wasn't the path they were going to go down, is they may end up firing everybody and just licensing things out anyway to other. So what they want to do here is they want to say, okay, well, let's take a good look, right? Let's pick some. Rocksteady, Warner Bros. Montreal, even Avalanche, right? The makers of Hogwarts Legacy. And I guess going down this path, they would just sell them. They would say, hey, Sony, do you want to buy one? Hey, Microsoft, do you want to buy the other? And that's that. Then those studios would just be owned. They don't have to make anything, or they can make whatever they want with the new, company or publisher that owns them, right? So let's take Rocksteady. Let's just use one. So Rocksteady, say, gets sold to Sony after Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. They don't have to do DC. They don't have to do Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League 2. They don't have to do, whatever. They can collaborate with Sony and do whatever they want them to do. Separately, they would be licensing their IPs out. So they would say, okay, well, hey, do somebody want to make a Superman game? Hey, Sony, hey, Microsoft, you got a studio out there that you think would be a fit? Well, we'll license you Superman and you have it. That is the best possible thing you could do. That is something I've been talking about on this channel for a long time. The only way you really speed things up in having, DC games come out regularly, although they are this year, next year, seems like they're going to get into an okay pattern. A way you can do it even more is by doing that. Say, hey, anybody want to make a Green Lantern game? We're licensing that IP. Anybody want to take a stab at it? That is what Marvel is doing. Really, that's what Star Wars is doing, and I think it's going to lead to it's already led to some pretty okay things, but it's going to lead to some pretty good things. Specifically, I guess Marvel, Star Wars is now just doing it. We don't really have the finished products for that, right? And then again, while I'm not a fan of somebody like Tencent, I'm not a fan of Tencent really buying anybody, but, EA, you could debate, is that a good idea for EA, Take-Two, Microsoft, Sony, whatever. Well, I'm not a big fan if any of them were to just buy WB Games. That doesn't seem to be the plan here. It seems to just be, hey, let's have an auction, pick the studio that you want, and take them. You want Traveler's Tales, the ones who make the Lego games, you can do it. Now, to my earlier point, I still think studios will specialize. So, like, if you sold NetherRealm, you're not going to change them from Injustice and Mortal Kombat and stuff like that. That would be something. Now, I don't know where the licenses lie there. I assume Injustice is WB's. I don't know if NetherRealm owns Mortal Kombat, so I don't know if that's maybe the best example, but the idea is I don't think you would radically change them. I don't think if Microsoft, say, bought NetherRealm, I doubt they would say, okay, you're going to now start making Crackdown games. That's going to be your new thing, right? Like, I don't think that would happen. Now, again, if you say Sony buys WB Montreal, and then if they were going to do a DC game, not only would Sony have to have bought WB Montreal, but now you also have to license DC products so WB is like, not necessarily doubling the money, but they're doing it twice where you kind of have to go back to them two different times. It's a smart move. And again, I'm not super, like, it's not the way I would have done it, but again, it seems, the rumor, these are all rumors, they don't have to be true, but it seems like the rumor is if they don't do it this way, they may end up just saying, hey, we're dropping all of you, these studios will all shut down, and we will still license IPs, it's just you will all lose your jobs, and that's not something I think anybody wants, right? So actually, this is probably the best case scenario. Now, there have been rumors, and I think I've made videos, I just don't remember the studios. I'm pretty sure there was a rumor once, maybe it was Jeff Grubb, maybe it was somebody else, that linked NetherRealm, and was it Rocksteady? I'm pretty sure NetherRealm and Microsoft have been linked before, and I'm 50-50 on Rocksteady. I just can't remember, but I know I've made a video on it, so maybe I'll try to find that video. I can link it at the end of this one, and maybe that rumor was true, because he also said to other people that asked him that these people were saying, well, this isn't necessarily new news, and he was saying, well, this stuff was being talked about before the WB Discovery merger, and now it's being talked about after. So it's the same conversations, just doing it now. So that's something to keep an eye on. So I think things are going to get pretty interesting, pretty exciting, because again, some of these studios, or all of them, could potentially be bought, and then they can make you like, so say a Sony, right? If they think one of these studios, let's say Resistance, if Sony thinks one of these studios would be like a good fit for Resistance, they could buy them. They don't have to buy them and use them to license WB products. Like, they could use them and say, hey, we own you now, and hey, we have a couple dormant franchises, and this is not just Sony, could be EA, Take-Two, whatever. Say Take-Two wants to make a Bully 2 finally, even though maybe they already are, and they find a studio and they say, hey, I know you normally make DC stuff, but we kind of didn't get you for that reason. We got you to make a Bully 2. That's fun. That's different, but it's definitely fun. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel, bell icon turned on so you know when all these videos go up. If you want to follow me anywhere else, all my social media is in the description below. Thank you all for watching, and I hope to see you guys on the next video.